Hello, I'm Amanda Bate and I'm a homeopath in Abbots Langley, Hertfordshire. On Sunday I was invited to talk on Radio Talk to a presenter called Jake Yapp, and he was going to ask me questions about the NHS Consultation and homeopathy. However, as people who've been on radio will know, the questions that he asked were not the ones that he said he would ask. So although I'm okay about how I did in the interview, I thought it would be good to put my side of the story, really. So if he had said to me and given me a chance to reply about what I thought of the NHS consultation and the withdrawal of homeopathic prescriptions, I would have said this. I think in medicine today we should be working much more towards the integration of homeopathy and conventional medicine. In the future I would like to see homeopathy, acupuncture, osteopathy, chiropractic therapy and many other of the medicines that are referred to as complementary alternative being given equal status with conventional medicine. And the reason I believe that this is the way forward is because no one medicine or therapy has all the answers. I think it's really arrogant of any of us to think that our therapy is the best. And I have to admit, in the past I have thought homeopathy is the best. But I am aware that it doesn't have all the answers. I also think we should have choice. And I'm thinking of all the patients who at the moment are getting their homeopathic prescriptions on the NHS, about what's going to happen to them and how will they feel if the consultation has its way and homeopathy is taken off the list of prescribed medicines. They will then have the choice of nothing, being able to afford homeopathy privately, or having to have orthodox medicine. And for many people who use homeopathy, that isn't really a choice they ever want to make. If you're doing well with homeopathy, it means you don't have to make that choice. So that is one aspect of the interview that I would have liked to have been given more time on. Another thing that Jake Yapp touched on was the lack of scientific evidence in homeopathy and the fact that it's regarded as placebo. But neither of those statements are true. There is plenty of double-blind, random, controlled trials, or whatever they're called, having been done and done successfully in homeopathy. And if you want to find out more, why not visit the Faculty of Homeopathy Research website. As regards placebo, I understand that every medicine has a certain amount of placebo effect in it. But I think in homeopathy, if we were to look more closely at how farm animals react to remedies, I think we could dispel the placebo label that homeopathy is often given. I don't think a herd of cows are going to act as if they've been given a placebo and it's worked. Farmers aren't going to waste their money on medicines that don't work or medicines that aren't cost effective. And there is an increase in farmers using homeopathy. Want to find out more? Visit Homeopathy at Welly Level. Another area of where I think we've got a very strong case for keeping homeopathy in the NHS, although this particular area is not covered by the NHS, is homeopathy during pregnancy and childbirth. I've attended 5 births, 4 in hospitals and 1 at home, as you know, in my role as a homeopath. And the midwives who I met were pro-homeopathy and were not surprised when they saw homeopathy work. They said, oh yes, I've seen this work before. And one of the incredible examples I can give is when a mother is on a monitor for the baby's heartbeat and the heartbeat is shown to be dropping, and you give a particular remedy and immediately that remedy touches the mother's tongue and she's in the zone. Remember, she's in the zone of labour. She's not really focusing on what you're doing as the homeopath. You can see the baby's heart rate increase again. And that was the main area that I was impressed with the midwife saying, oh yes, I've seen homeopathy bring the baby's heartbeat back up. So those are two areas that probably need much more research, with doctors and homeopaths working together to really study those areas. Jake Yapp on his programme also made light mockery of homeopathy, saying that we use some bizarre remedies. We have remedies made from snow leopard and minke whale, many animals and birds, some of which I hadn't heard of. But I would like to get this straight. Homeopathy does not test remedies on animals. Homeopathy does not test remedies on sick people. They are trialled on healthy people. So that's one thing to be clear about. Another thing is homeopathy, to get remedies from a minke whale or a snow leopard, these animals are not hunted down, they're not killed. I'm not exactly sure how the remedy is come by, but if you really wanted to know, then phone one of the homeopathic pharmacies. Freeman's in Glasgow apparently stock remedies like snow leopard or whatever. So that's all I want to say today. But that interview on the radio has spurred me on to thinking I will do more of these little videos to explain the mysteries that seem to still surround homeopathy. Anyway, I hope you've listened, I hope you've enjoyed it, found it interesting, and if you want to know more about me or homeopathy, here are some websites. My own website is amandabatehomeopath.co.uk, but another very good website, especially if you would like to give your views about the NHS Consultation and homeopathy, go to Homeopathy Hub. That's Homeopathy Hub, HUB, and the NHS Consultation is clearly on there with how you can give your views. I actually read the consultation, and on page 28 of the 48-page document, I'm sure the NHS weren't meaning to hide it, that is where you will find the NHS saying they welcome an individual's views, but you haven't got to scroll through the whole document if you don't want to. It's all laid out in black and white in simple form on Homeopathy Hub. Thank you for listening. Bye for now.